With parents and children up and down the country going back to school, it might surprise some to learn that our children dread the daily school run as much as their parents. And it has nothing to do with a reluctance to get back into the classroom. So is there an alternative? New research from bottled water company Highland Spring found that whilst 95% of 7 to 14-year-olds owned a bicycle, 2/3 had never ridden to school, even though 7 out of 10 children think it would be fun to cycle to school instead this term.
Normally my mum leaves really early for work, so it's nice to have time with her on the bike.
It saves energy and things, and if you go in the car, it pollutes.
It gives you a cheerful start to the day because you've had fresh air, and it keeps you happy and gets you in the mood to be ready for the rest of the day.
When you're on your bike, you have fun before you go to miserable old school.
All the indications are that more children would happily cycle to school if at least one of their parents was prepared to join them. Replacing the school run with a school cycle would have a number of benefits: healthier, fitter children and parents, as well as less vehicles on our roads.
It's important to start kids young on the bikes, and once you start a routine and you get used to that, then it can carry on to the rest of your life. And I remember what it was like for me. I arrived at school feeling refreshed, and a bit of exercise first thing, it kind of wakes you up, and it's more environmentally friendly. And it's not about going out there and winning medals at the Olympic level, it's about riding your bike for fun and for health. Tips for kids that are going to be cycling to school, I would say, first of all, you want to be safe. You want to make sure you have a helmet, make sure your bike's in good working order, make sure you have high visibility clothes on that you can be seen by the road users. And you want to make sure that you're physically up to the job. You want to be well hydrated, you want to drink plenty before and during the ride, and just enjoy it, but be aware that you have to be sensible and to be aware of other road users at the same time. If I had a message to any of the parents who had kids who were eager to cycle to school, I would say, I think it's a great activity if it's done safely and done correctly. I think organising a cycle to school kind of routine, it would be quite a simple thing. If you had a few kids in the neighbourhood that were all going to the same school, it's almost like a school run. You could take it in turns for the parents to ride in with the kids and to keep an eye on it all and to make sure it's done safely.
This campaign is really important for the well-being of our children. It sets the children up really well for the day, energises them ready for lessons. It's also important that the children stay hydrated during the ride and throughout the day while they're at school. It keeps them on task and it keeps them energised.
With over 30% of 7 to 14-year-olds wanting to cycle to school, if they were given the choice by their parents, Highland Spring's research indicates a clear call to action for parents to get pedalling with their little ones. Isn't it about time you ditched the school run and got pedalling instead?